More calls for Judge Jefferson Griffin to concede the race for a state Supreme Court seat nearly 6 months after the November election.
Capitol reporter Dina Harley joins us live now from Raleigh. And Dina, some ads now hitting TVs across the state.
Yeah, the ad we're specifically talking about today really focuses on overseas military members and the votes that they placed while they were overseas. And now people who are calling for Griffin to concede this race say to challenge those votes is a disgrace.
Jefferson Griffin lost a close election.
Ads popping up on TV and computer screens all across North Carolina, calling on Republican Judge Jefferson Griffin to concede the November election and his attempt at a Supreme Court seat in the race against Democratic Associate Justice Allison Riggs. Some of those calls coming from his own party, including former Governor Pat McCrory, a Republican.
I voted for the judge, the Republican candidate, and I wanted him to win because his philosophy more aligns with mine. However, he lost a very close election.
Right now, the challenge is making its way through the court system. Most recently, the North Carolina Supreme Court ruled that around 7,000 votes could potentially be thrown out, many of them including overseas military members.
They were given rules to follow when they voted overseas. They followed those rules. Those rules were approved by both Republicans and Democrats, and therefore the result should be valid.
Associate Justice Riggs appealed that decision to a federal appeals court that is considering the case now. Democrats say Judge Griffin has dragged it on long enough.
North Carolinians are pissed. They're angry that it's taking 6 months for an election to be certified in the state of North Carolina, as they should be.
North Carolina GOP representatives weren't available for an interview, but in a statement they say in part, quote, if Democrats were honest, they'd simply admit they don't actually care about honest elections and are only interested in partisan outcomes, end quote. But both Republicans and Democrats calling for Griffin to concede say the most important outcome is election integrity.
In the long run, the system has to win, and confidence in democracy has to win, and that's my goal.
Justice Riggs will tell you any voter that's disenfranchised from this fight is one voter too many.
And right now, Democrats say their work continues to reach out to voters who may have been impacted and also to make sure that they know what they need to do if their votes were challenged and if they do need to prove their eligibility over the next few weeks. Live in Raleigh, Dina Harley, CBS 17 News.
All right, Dina, thank you.